Hey y'all, welcome back to the Faithful Farmer Mama. Happy Valentine's Day. Today is Friday and it is Food Fixin Friday. And of course, it is Valentine's Day. Many of y'all already know how I feel about this day. However, there was a tradition that was started in our family about 16 years ago in a little tiny country church in North Carolina. Our youth prepared their fundraiser meal, steak, grilled outside, along with lots of dessert. And ever since then, we have decided to keep that tradition of grilled steak, regardless if there is this much snow outside or if it's sunny and warm, and decadent dessert. Today, we are going to make amazing cheesecake. Best part about this cheesecake, it is done in your quick cooker or your Instapot. Come along, let's go into the kitchen and let's start cooking. Now, before we get cooking, I do want to ask you to please go in and find the subscribe button. It is on the right-hand side under where you see me speaking to you. Please click that and then click the little bell. That bell, if you click all notifications, will alert you when we have a new video that comes out. I would love for you to be here for every one of them. So everybody, let's grab our aprons and let's get started making this absolutely delicious and easy dessert for this evening. So today, we're going to be using the Pampered Chef Quick Cooker. It is very much like an Instapot. My suggestion to you is to go and find your manual that goes with your actual machine so that you can kind of get the idea of what you need to do for your specific settings. I will try and talk a little bit about what the settings are on the Instapot. However, I will let you know I'm not absolutely positive about them. You can search Pinterest as well, and there are lots of recipes out there for a cheesecake done in the Instapot. But today we're going to actually use our quick cooker, which is right here behind me, and I am going to show you how easy it is to actually do cheesecake. So let's get started making our cheesecake. It is one of the simplest recipes ever, and it's like a typical cheesecake. It has graham cracker crust bottom and regular cheesecake style in the center, and we are just going to put it in our quick cooker or Instapot. Make sure you have an Instapot or quick cooker ready. You will need a springform pan. Pampered Chef's springform pan actually comes with a rack to get it in and out of the quick cooker, so that you're not grasping for the edges of the springform. And then it also has a rack that sits on the bottom to keep it elevated away from the water itself. These are the items that you will need. So we're going to get started making the base graham cracker crust of your cheesecake. So what you're going to do is take your graham crackers. You need 1/3 cup of graham crackers pureed. I'm going to actually puree them in our food processor. Now that your graham crackers are pureed, we are going to actually add them into a little bowl. 1/3 cup. I'm just going to take them out of my little container here. 1/3 cup. Put a little extra in there just in case. And then we're going to add melted butter, 2 tablespoons. This is one of our silicone print bowls. I do use these quite often. I love them because they do bend. You can put them in the microwave as well, and they do have a cover. You can actually put these in the quick cooker as well, which is really cool. And then we're going to add sugar, and we need 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar using our adjustable measuring spoon. And I do have some sugar measured out here, 2 tablespoons. And then we're going to use our scraper. Why not use red? It is Valentine's Day. We're just going to mix this up in here. And then we're just going to push this onto the bottom of our springform pan. crust is ready to go, we're gonna make the filling. It's super simple too. You're gonna use 2 packages of cream cheese. One of the things I always like to share is that cream cheese is not low on calories. However, you can buy the 1/3 less fat cream cheese and it still will have a lot of the same flavor as regular cheesecake because we are adding sugar and things also to this. I also say make sure you scrape your packages, don't leave any out. And another tip that I can give you, we are going to mix this really, really well. And one of the things that makes it very difficult is that it's sort of solid. So I will stick it into the microwave for about probably 10 to 15 seconds just to kind of loosen it up so that we can actually whisk it with our eggs. Now, if you'll notice, it's so creamy and so easy to mix. It's the best way to be able to add stuff to it. So, in our bowl, we are going to add 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. This will actually help to thicken it up. You can also use arrowroot starch. We have done that as well. I'm just going to use the 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. I'm going to put that on the floor for the minute. And then we are going to do a teaspoon of vanilla. The neat thing with these adjustable measuring spoons, this actually goes down to a teaspoon, so I can use 1 measuring spoon for everything. So we're going to put a teaspoon of vanilla in here, or a little tiny bit more. Then we're going to add 2 eggs. Of course, I have farm fresh eggs. I have my chickens out back, as you saw on Wednesday. But I'm just going to add these in here as well. Love the color of the yellow from a farm fresh egg. And then I'm going to add our sugar, which is 1/2 cup. And I did pre-measure this just to make it a little bit easier on us today. Okay, y'all, now we're ready to make this cheesecake. So my filling is already mixed, and I already have my cheesecake bottom, which I haven't done anything to other than just push it in the bottom. We are going to pour this cheesecake mixture on top of our crust. Make sure you get it all out of the bowl because you don't want to miss one delicious drop. Cover this with a piece of tin foil, just a regular piece of aluminum foil. What I will say, what I usually do is cover it on the outside and then put it inside my rack. So your next few steps will vary because of the type of unit you have. So for the quick cooker, I'm going to actually make sure your inner pot is in here. I'm going to put my rack in the bottom. I'm going to pour 1 cup of water, also in the bottom, and then I'm going to lower my cheesecake into the center part here on top of my rack. Make sure your seal is on and make sure your steam release is also closed so that when you go to use this and set it, the steam will collect in there and actually cook your cheesecake. So from everything that I've been reading about the Instapot compared to the quick cooker, Pampered Chef's quick cooker actually has a dessert setting. On your Instapot, from what I was reading, it stated that you will need to cook on high pressure for about 35 minutes. We are going to actually turn our dial until it is on the dessert setting. Ours is on a lower pressure and it will cook for about 40 minutes. And then I will just hit the start button. So now that our cheesecake is through, naturally releasing for about 10 minutes, I'm going to just release the steam that is left in there, and I'm going to take our cheesecake out and let it cool for about 2 hours. Remember, when you're pulling it out, you're going to want to make sure you use some kind of grip so that you are not burning your hands. I'm going to tip, there's a little bit of water on top of my foil. Okay. You are also going to want to remove your foil. Look how beautiful that looks, y'all. Now my cheesecake is totally cold. It's been in the fridge probably about 2 hours. I just take a little release tool to release the edges. I find the clasp on the springform pan, pop that open all the way, and just lift out. And there is my cheesecake. Isn't it beautiful, y'all? Thank you guys for being here with me today and helping me to go through and make this beautiful and delicious cheesecake. I hope you'll give it a try, and I know that you'll love it just as much as any other cheesecake out there. I generally will serve this with some type of fruit topping, whether it be strawberry or cherry, blackberry, blueberry, even peach. Today, I am going to just be serving it with some Hershey Kisses colored in red and pink and silver, just to make it a little more festive. Thank y'all again, and I hope to see you on our next video. Bye!